We are trying to solve a whole lot of problems to make a better world. And to do that, we have to do quite a few things, from sustainable manufacturing to sustainable supply chain, then sustainable IT. Today, every industry depends on IT heavily. So how do you decrease emissions from those assets? How do you optimize their working, right? How do you make sure that the e-waste is taken care? ServiceNow is a very strategic partner. They're very big on IRM compliance and in ITSM. ESG is a new module from ServiceNow. It's also a new practice from Cognizant. So we are looking at ways in which we can harness the power of the other modules that ServiceNow already has in the ecosystem of a large customer, where that data which they're already capturing as part of the risk modules, their ITSM modules, their compliance modules, how can that data be leveraged for ESG reporting? Internally, we have all committed to an ESG target. For us in Cognizant, just like 2040, we'll become a carbon net neutral company. There are 6 main pillars within our sustainability strategy. One is energy savings. So we are upgrading our buildings, our facilities around the globe with energy efficient systems, coolers, HVAC chillers. The second important part is travel. We are tying up with airline companies to fund their eco strategy, biofuels, for example. The third important point is buying renewable energy. So right now, 42% of our energy needs are met by renewable sources. We have committed by 2026, we will be 100% renewable resource. The fourth point is training. Training not only for our associates, but also for our suppliers. Each and every associate of Cognizant has to undergo training in sustainable practices. The fifth important pillar is supply chain. We are working with top 150 of our suppliers, which almost contribute 60% of our direct and indirect purchases. They will be part of our program to adhere to the SBTi targets. Each one of these pillars has their own strategy that we are following, and hopefully we'll be able to meet that come 2040. Business continuity risk is a very big part of ESG. We work with the top corporations around the world, supporting their IT operations 24/7. And most of our associates are based out of India, Philippines, and countries where there's a lot of risk around climate. We have a dedicated department which looks at all the climate risk, operational risk, country-specific risk, and that is all integrated as part of the ESG platform, because we have to move people accordingly. We have to make sure that the operations are not affected. So we have to predict it, we have to preempt it, and we have to move operations based on what we see as a climate risk. So that's what we're doing internally. Now, externally, we are building dashboards where we are integrating data from third-party companies, which give us a climate risk of a region. And it's not only about climate, but it's also about social risk, child labor, malpractices. We have to also gather that data and then consult our companies that this is the risk that you are running. If you are setting up a beverage plant in a country which is water scarce, that's not the way to go. So those are some of the KPIs that we capture and help companies make decisions which are data-driven. ServiceNow is a behemoth in IT assets and nature. Corporations are using it to track whatever assets they are, IT and OT, how they are performing, what kind of incidents are raising, and how resources are getting allocated to solve those problems. It's a leader in the ITSM, risk, IRM areas, and we were going to capitalize on it. We're going to build ESG data platforms which are holistic and will have integrations from the different sources. And that's what we believe will make it well-rounded ESG solutions for all going into 2024.